Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
This year, the adventure is calling louder than ever before. Craft your own magic at the Wicked Wand Workshop. Race for glory at the Ninja Warrior Challenge. Or battle for honor at the Viking Invasion. Plus, enjoy classic favorites like live armored combat jousting or slay your hunger with tasty turkey legs. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival is back with new adventures. Get your tickets now at renaissancefest.com. Huzzah!
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh, every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with a low around 60, Thursday sunny with a high near 76, and Friday sunny with a high around 75. With a 4.9 rating on Google and over 21,000 reviews, Zero Res is Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner. Right now they have their Labor Day sale where you can get 3 rooms Zero Resified for $119 plus $75 off your air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResMinnesota.com or call 952 Zero Res.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday evening. In fact, it's my final live show until a week from tonight, which we'll get into a little bit during the program, as well as I'm going to take a couple days off, and I'm kind of looking forward to that, if you don't mind me saying so. Meanwhile, in Eden Prairie, we have Adam joining us tonight. And Adam, how are things going at the station today?
Things are going well tonight, but I really think you needed more of a dramatic pause when you were saying, this is my last show. And then maybe people would have been like, ah, and then you were like, until next week.
You know, they could be that, or what you actually might get is a little something like this. And I wouldn't want to hear that.
Oh, your self-deprecation, sir.
I am not strong enough to hear that, by the way. I easily would shatter. So yeah.
You would shatter from applause?
When I say that it's my final show.
I thought you just meant applause in general.
No. I wouldn't know. I've not heard the applause either. So I don't know how I would react, to be perfectly honest. So we got that going for me. I was going to say, before we bring on a guest tonight, that we are giving away 2 pairs of Renaissance Festival tickets tonight. So please stick around. We're going to do a call in. Adam will be waiting to hear your voice. So we're really excited about that. And no Casual Friday this week either.
Man, that's my favorite night of the week.
I know, right? What can you do?
But you know, you're going to have a couple of days off, which you're right. They are well deserved. They've been working you hardcore here as of late. So yeah, you definitely deserve a couple of days off.
You do too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You very much do. We both do. And we are going to revisit in the second segment with our guest last week's Casual Friday because something very interesting happened that Adam had heard, and we're going to talk about that too. We're really excited about that. So it's just a lot of good stuff, and let's just get to it because I'm really excited tonight. Our guest tonight is Todd Bates, and Todd is a veteran paranormal investigator and EVP, which we all know stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon Specialist, whose pursuit of spirit communication has spanned decades. With an ear trained to detect the faintest whispers from the unseen, Todd ventures into places where history lingers, abandoned homes with time-worn walls, buildings scarred by fire, or locations steeped in tragedy. In these shadowed spaces, he seeks the subtle, often fleeting voices that may bridge the divide between the living and the departed. By day, Todd serves as a security officer for a major brand name candy manufacturer, safeguarding the people, property, and operations that keep the sweet side of life running smoothly. But by night, he channels his investigative focus into EVP Explorations, the platform he founded to provide free paranormal education, research insights, and investigative guidance to those drawn to the mysteries beyond the veil. Todd, welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Oh, thank you, Greg. It's so great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, very happy to have you here as well. And I think you may be like, oh no, we're not. I think we're a bit of kindred spirits here, because I mean, beyond the paranormal stuff, using electronic devices, in some cases ITC sort of work here. To get spirit communication. I mean, that's what got me into this. This is what got me all into being a part of it. I know that's the purpose, right, of us being in the investigative side of things. But what happens to you, like your body, when you hear a recording the first time of something that we know we didn't hear when we were actually doing the recording?
Dumbfounded, absolutely dumbfounded. Hearing these voices, especially live in the field when you're doing running an EVP session, doing a delayed conversation, as they call it. The first time I heard a sound, a capture, as it's called, I was completely skeptical about the whole thing, Greg.
Yeah.
Adam, I didn't believe in any of this stuff. And I'm sitting on top of a wood pile inside of an old barn on a ghost tour. And I have my cassette recorder, microphone. I try it, give it a shot. I'm by myself. The group is elsewhere. I'm kind of a loner with that stuff at first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Had to test it out, test the water. So I did a recording. I asked some questions to thin air. And of course, you question your sanity. You're talking to something that you can't see or hear. And that's what I tell the spirits during an opening of a session. We can't see or hear you sometimes. But I didn't hear anything at that point in time. Not a thing, not a sound, other than what nature provided. However, I went home and processed that data on that cassette tape through a program called Cool Edit at the time.
Yeah.
Now it's Adobe Audition. Cool Edit. I miss that program. But auditing it, analyzing it through there, it was about 10 minutes in. I still have this thing on tape. About 10 minutes in, and you hear two stomps. Then you hear, I kid you not, guys, the sound of a horse, the clear sound of a horse. Now, I didn't hear this at the time at all, and it was quite profound. And I didn't hear this at all. And that immediate, when I heard this, I can't count the times I rewinded it, constantly going back. No, this can't be, trying to debunk. And the strangest thing on there, for those of you advanced listeners that may be listening, in the spectral view of that program, a human voice will leave fossils because of our vibrations, a fossil-like print.
Mhm.
However, what I noticed with that first EVP on the spectral view was it didn't have any of those fossil type prints. It had a white blotch, a very dense white blotch, almost as if the program couldn't analyze it
Mhm.
as natural sound or some kind of sound. I don't, without getting too technical,
Yeah.
And that's what sparked it. That is what got me going in this search for information on electronic voice phenomenon, because there was none. There
No.
was just none out there. There was AAEVP finally. That's all I could find. I absorbed all of it, and you have to,
You do. Now, let's back up just a little bit here. I'm pretty sure my listeners know what an EVP is, but maybe let's go through it again, just
Sure.
so that anyone listening doesn't feel left out with
Sure.
what EVP is.
An EVP, that's short for electronic voice phenomenon. It's a capture of a disembodied voice using a recording device, such as a cassette recorder, a digital recorder, not to be confused with ITC, which is instrumental transcommunication, that may use radio sweeps or static or even televisions, things of that nature to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a league of its own. It's kind of down in the lower left corner. EVP is. ITC is far more broad. EVP, it was founded as early as the 50s. Is one of the first known records of it, with Frederick Jurgensen capturing his own mother's voice. It was, oh my goodness, to have that kind of closure and clarification, amazing. And when you go back and with the pioneers and what they brought over, what they've developed, and you compare EVP, the basics of it from back then to what it is now, not much has changed.
No,
not much has changed.
No.
Now in the ITC, holy, it's exploded.
Yeah,
it's exploded.
Though I will argue that I don't know if there's a lot of different things out there. I don't know how much of it is actually on the ITC side is actually effectual to investigations. I see a lot of the same things in different wrapping paper as well.
Right.
In my opinion.
That's a very, very, very good point. And one of the strongest things I see ITC wise being used during investigations, there's two things. One thing I'd like to see more of. One of them is the Estes method. I found that a pretty nice method to use. The other, and what I can't believe I'm not seeing more of or haven't seen more of over the years, are the use of mediums or psychics with EVP work. Yeah. I mean, we're going in blind, Greg. I'm as sensitive as a brick, and we're going in blind. And I have asked the aid of several different good mediums, Christina Bloom, Deidre Sanford, great people like that, to help bridge that gap. Mm-hmm. That, they're saying, well, that's not scientific. Well, neither is electronic voice phenomena.
Yeah.
Use it.
100%. Now I've been fortunate. I'm using, gosh, that's a horrible way of saying it. I've been working with mediums for about 15 years. I mean, it just seemed, because it always seemed like a no-brainer, the validation. And why we're saying this, folks, is that when you can, whether it's EVP or spirit box work or whatever else, and you can have a medium pick up something and then have it validated through one of these devices, to show that we're all on the same page here. That's huge. And it, you're right. I mean, and maybe I when I got into it all, I kind of went my own direction, but I always was lucky enough to work with a medium. But that was the thing when I got into it, is that people didn't know what to do with the medium on an investigation. Do you think it's still that way, or do you think it's better now? Because I just don't really deal with mainstream investigations myself.
It's bad now.
Is it really?
It's terrible. What I'm seeing is lack of organization, for one thing. On standard base readings and so forth, they're all being bypassed. People are jumping straight into photography or EVP. They're not even opening. I'm seeing a lot of that. But using the medium, sure, you're not going to sit there and hand over the abstract of the house to the medium and say, okay, go get them. That's not how it works. You let them go in and intuitively feel the lay of the land, the energy in that area, because they go hand in hand. One energy washes the other, I feel. And Greg, Adam, guys, audience, everybody, I think this entire process is so simple, so natural, and we are complicating it. That's simply what we're doing with our science, with our beliefs. It's being drowned, it's being saturated, and we're not, it's cluttered with so much complication. We can't pull all of this off to get to the simplicity of the whole thing, which is something natural. I'm sure it's just like that.
Yeah. No, I would agree 100%. And that's kind of what I was kind of getting at. And I know that there is, and I know we're not necessarily talking about ITC per se, but I know that there is good work happening in the field of ITC. And you're going to have some guests this week on your show that deal with that. But what I get frustrated with is exactly what you just said. When a new app comes out or a new box comes out, and it's like, what are we actually doing here? And when I started doing this, I started using the SB7, which even at the time, people are like, well, that's not just a mass-produced spirit box. You need to get a hack. You need to get, one of the original boxes, whatever.
Yeah.
I still use it to this day. And I still stand by the responses I get. I understand that we're always looking to get clear, better responses.
Always, sure.
But at the same time, I'm also just looking for responses and feeling like what feels good to me, because this is no longer a piece of equipment to me. This is part of my body. This is, as we know, we use our body as tools in an investigation as well.
Correct. And equipment, I've always felt less is more. Common sense, pack that instead. Please pack as much of that as you can.
You should make Todd, you should make a shirt. Pack some common sense, please.
Coming soon. It's the little things. It's the little things that seem to be they've just simply been neglected. I wouldn't say forgotten. They've been put on the back burner. And your mindset and another thing that affects any evidence kind of captures you get, any evidence, any data, is your mindset going into one of these haunted locations, especially with EVP work. I mean, there's times I'll simply go in there with a digital and an analog recorder. There's my equipment. I may take some EMF sweeps. I may not. It depends on what I feel when I go in there. If I, how you feel tension or in your home when someone has a television on in another room, you can feel that energy. You can feel that and hear, turn up your senses when you go in there. This is going to help you get results. Oh my goodness, is it ever? Just turn
Todd is going in and out. I don't know if that's on my end or Adam. Is that the same way over in your end, or?
Yeah, that's the same way over here. I wasn't sure if it was the both of you.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Let's go ahead and take a break here. Well, I'll kind of message him, see if maybe get him out of the time loop or whatever he's in. So yeah, we'll get it figured out. We're gonna give away two tickets to the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. We lost him completely. Spirits don't want to have him talk about
two shows in a row now. Two
shows in a row now. Let's go ahead. Let's give away two tickets to the Renaissance Festival. Caller number 5, 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. Give us a call and win some tickets. Don't go anywhere. Even if we don't get Todd back, I got an EVP that we want to play as well. Stick with us. We're hoping to get Todd back as well. Lots going on here. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
This year, the magic is calling you like never before. Craft your own magic at the Wicked Wand Workshop and race for glory at the Ninja Warrior Challenge. Feast on hearty turkey legs and cheer on live combat jousts. There's something for everyone in our magical village. Bring your family, bring your friends, and create memories that will last through the ages. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival, weekends August 16th through September 28th. Don't miss the adventure. Get your tickets at RenaissanceFest.com.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
And as we head into this big holiday weekend, I said it earlier this week, and I'm going to say it again, consider going to check out Minneapolis Trolley Tours, see what they have going on this weekend. I actually, on one of my last broadcasts, someone put in the comments, they're not in the area. They said, I would totally drive up to Minneapolis to check out the Minneapolis Trolley Tours, which is really nice because folks, this is it's you don't get much better than this, right, Adam?
No, and the trolley tour itself is so much fun. And for a guy like me who's lived here in the cities for well over 2 decades, they took me to parts of town and told me about a couple of places that I had no clue existed. It's a beautiful tour. Please take it.
We did try to leave you at a couple of places, but you're too smart for that.
Surprisingly enough, I just followed Shar around because I knew you wouldn't leave her behind. So if I figured I just hung out with Shar, I'd be good.
Adam, we need you to go and do an EVP session in that dumpster. Can you help us out? And he's just like, no, I'm no Aaron Goodwin. So yeah. I am very happy that we got Todd Bates back. He decided, I don't know if he decided he didn't like our show or what, but I mean, we've had many people fake bad internet connection before. We can see right through you folks. So you just need to know that.
Oh, my internet decided to do an update for you.
Of course, that's the best time, right?
Yeah, the little light went red. Technology.
I'll tell you, our production manager here used to set the updates for computer during my show. So that was, because people forget I exist here. They really do. They forget Adam and I exist here, and they whatever. what we wanted to do here, we got some stuff in the comments here we'll get to in a little bit here, but I want to kind of talk about and get into some EVP stuff. And
Sure.
Todd, if I may, I want to start with something that happened to us last Friday. We were on location. I did the show. Adam was still in Eden Prairie at home base, and I was down south in Granite Falls, Minnesota, at the Swenson family farm at a house that was made by a man named Olaf and his daughter Katie. This thing is such a beautiful location.
Wow.
Investigated it a few times, been really lucky with everything, and we decided to do a show from there. And what's interesting about it is Olaf as a spirit. Olaf is, he's still around. He has a very particular way of doing things. And the person who we had on the show named Paul, he was starting to get a little familiar with Olaf, about talking about a little bit more of Olaf's private life, which we knew that wasn't going to be a good idea. And sure enough, like you in the last segment, we were thrown off the air, and Adam had to kind of cover for us until I said, Olaf, we're not going to share any more of your private details. And then things were fine. And then we had my friend Shar, who's a business partner, and we work on all these events together and stuff. And she joined me for a segment. And while I was talking with her, Adam heard something, and I'm going to let Adam tell the story because it's his find.
Okay.
So when we were in the third segment, it would have been, for those of you who are listening at home, around 10:51. And if you want to listen back to it on Spotify or on the website, it's at the 44:10 mark, where the EVP that I heard live happened. So Shar and Greg were inside the chapel portion of the Swenson family farm, and they were talking about the structure and how the building was 122 years old. And they're talking about how solid it's built. And as I'm listening to them live, I hear a voice that doesn't sound like them. I hear the word oak. So as we're wrapping up the show, and I mentioned on the air, it's like, hey guys, go back and listen to this last segment. I could have swore I heard oak. So the following day on Saturday, when I finally had a chance, I popped open Spotify and brought up GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, which you all should do and download, and make sure to give us a 5-star rating. And so I fast forward up to the third segment, and as I'm listening to it, I'll be darned, there it is. And as soon as I heard it, I flip over to text, and every time I catch an EVP, I get so excited that I'm shaking. I am so hyped, and I'm trying, and I know there's like 3 spelling errors in this text I sent to Greg. I'm just kind of like, dude, we caught it. 10:44 on the recording.
Wow.
I am so hyped. I'm stoked, which I think I put it at stocked. And I'm so hyped. I'm literally shaking as I'm typing this. And yep, it was right there. And like you were saying too in the first segment, when you caught that first EVP, just rewinding it and trying to debunk it, every single one I catch, I swear I spend like an hour just trying to debunk it and making sure that I heard it. This one, hearing it live as it happened, is probably the neatest one, and clearest one I think we've gotten.
I'm going to play this. I'm going to start with unenhanced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 1 hour clip. No, I'm just kidding. It's a 10-second clip here. See if anyone can hear it with no enhancements. Here we go.
This house is 122 years old.
At least, yep.
And it's solid. It doesn't creak. It's not sloped. It's like.
So Todd, what do we call an EVP when you hear it the very first time and you can understand it?
Electronic noise. Well, that's a class A.
That's a class A.
Okay. That is I mean, that's a common class A right there. It really is, because
go ahead.
You can hear the difference. It's really hard to explain this, but with a trained ear, you can hear the difference between the way they're talking. The voices, some are in the back while the EVP is closer to the front. It's more pronounced.
Yeah.
So you can separate it instantly, which just adds more credibility to that Class A. And it was an interjection. It was an intelligent spirit as well, because I mean, that was pretty incredible. After that was said, it was almost as if they were just standing there like, so oak.
Yeah, totally. Now, I want to play it for those who did not hear it. I want to play it with it. The only thing that's enhanced on this is the spirit response. Okay. Everything else is the same, but it really just kind of, it really shows how defined that word is. So listen to this.
This house is 122 years old.
At least, yep.
And it's solid. It doesn't creak. It's not sloped. It's like.
Isn't that something?
That's incredible. That is a great piece of data there.
It is. And yeah, I firmly believe that's Olaf. He, the one who built the house. I believe that he's just like, yeah, it's oak. He's helping us get the information that we want. And that was the thing that we really wanted to do, is especially after Paul was getting a little too familiar with the comings and goings of Olaf's life, that we wanted to really focus on this beautiful place that him and his daughter Katie built. And we wanted to make sure that Olaf knew that we were there as admirers and friends. And, as you know, Todd and Adam knows, that's what you go into investigations for, is you're not there to provoke. You're not there to be a jerk. You're there to, if you don't agree with their lifestyle, then don't investigate there, is my
exactly. Oh my goodness, that was well said. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That needed to be said. And that's true, because you need to establish those boundaries right away and get them out there.
Well, and I kind of fell into that this weekend, where it felt like that some people there that I was investigating with, and they were students of our class, because we teach a class as well, that they may have not been in tune with the kind of the perhaps strictness of Olaf, how he raised his children and stuff. And that's not for us to comment on. I think it's us to just see what kind of intelligent responses we can get, and whatever else is needed. So that's where it was like, that's where it finally hit me personally. It's like, if you don't like what the person's life was, then just stay away.
We're there to observe and report, basically.
Yeah.
Observe and report, and most of all, respect.
Totally.
Just like one of the comments there, respect. I couldn't agree with that more. There needs to be more of that, Greg.
Absolutely. Let's get into some of your EVPs, if that works for you.
Sure.
Where do you want to start here?
Well, I mean, I think one of the funnest ones, there's one there, it's called Hello, and it was captured on an old Cannonball Bridge, an old train bridge in Vincennes, Indiana, doing a stationary format session, EVP session. And this was captured on a bridge with the recorders sitting on the rail, the microphone about 6 feet from it. So this is probably one of my favorite fun captures, just randomly out of nowhere.
Okay, we'll give that a play right now.
Hello.
Okay, that doesn't do it justice, okay? Because I have these through StreamYard, and
I know.
It actually like starts it later. I didn't even think about that part of it. That's really
okay.
It's because she said it's very clear. Hello, right? I mean, just yeah. I'm ruining your evidence, Todd.
No, you're not at all.
Mine played just fine, but we're not going to allow yours to play very good. It's a paranormal, culture. That's how we do things around here.
That's how technology works.
Let me ask also, are these available for people to hear, if we can send them to a website or something?
Oh, sure. Yeah. All of these can be heard at on my website, evpexplorations.com. And you can go there and just hover over the evidence portion there on the menu, and you'll see all the evidence right there. All these are right there.
Annette says, sounds like an old person. Does she mean
Very.
me or the EVP? It's a very specialized way of saying hello, isn't it? Actually,
Yeah. I mean, I don't. To me, there was a lot back then, probably in the late 1800s. There was a lot of traffic, human people coming through there. There was a lot of freight trains as well as passenger trains.
Mhm.
And I think there, this was off to where there was an old like barn where people would wait for the train. And maybe that was something residual coming from there. And they were waving at someone coming off the train, perhaps. I can't, and for years it's baffled me. Is this one residual or is it intelligent? Is she saying hello to us? Or is she saying hello to someone coming off of the train? That's the mystery. That's what keeps me going in this field, are things like that, questions like that.
How do you stop yourself from finishing the story? Because that's something that I find people do, and I think that's a mistake. And what I mean by that is like to be able to say, it could be this or this way that she's saying hello, but I think it's this way, and that's finishing the story.
With a lot of these guys, there's just no closure. I have so many.
Right.
That there's some have brought me to tears. Some have horrified me that I've captured.
Yeah.
But very few give closure.
Right.
And one in particular does or did. And I don't know if I included that. It's called That's My Daddy.
You did.
Okay. That one there is an epic closure, capture, if you will. Just to kind of explain it really quick.
Yeah.
We were at an old Quaker schoolhouse, and a mom and dad wanted to investigate with us just to see what it was like. So they wanted to come with us, and we allowed it. And we did several EVP sessions in the schoolhouse. Came back home, processed the evidence, processed the data, went through there, and this one was about 20 minutes in. During the 20 minutes into the tape, it was about the third session, and the little girl. Well, what had happened was we were doing the question answer session, and the little girl says, "That's my daddy." Okay, well, the mother was standing right over my shoulder, looking at the whole thing, and she heard that, and she immediately burst into tears. She recognized her daughter's voice, and I didn't know this, but they had a 5-year-old daughter that had passed a few years before that. Prior, she recognized the daughter's voice, and it was almost as if the little girl was just pointing up and saying, "That's my daddy," because mom and dad were standing right there during the session. Very powerful. I mean, I cried. She cried. I mean, everybody cried. It was very emotional. And some of those, you get very emotional.
Let's play that, and hopefully that StreamYard isn't cutting too much of it off here. I seem to recall that there was a little bit of space in there, but we'll give it a listen. Here we go. You hear that? I'm going to play it again, folks. And you're gonna recognize your child's voice.
Oh, it was absolutely incredible, Greg.
It
was incredible, and you could hear the whine of the tape, the cassette. You can hear all that in the background, and to sort through that, to listen to that, I recommend you take breaks. 5-minute breaks, 10-minute breaks, however you want to do it. Just break it, because your pareidolia will set in. You're going to start to hear things within that static, folks. So be careful.
Absolutely. We need to take our second break here. We're also going to give away another set of Minnesota Renaissance Festival tickets during the break. If you'd like to call in and win a set, because it's going on weekends right now, you have a chance to win. 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. Please be caller number 5. We have a chance to win the tickets. We're going to take our break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation, listen to a few more EVPs that Todd brought by. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We're doing a replay tomorrow. It's going to have on author Heidi Hollis from our conversation with her in June. We're talking about the secret war between aliens, shadow people, and us. What a fascinating conversation. Please tune in for that. Even if you've heard it before, I bet you'll pick up some new stuff on it as well. Friday, we're doing a replay of a Casual Friday. Tune in for that. Even though it's old, it'll still be fun, help you get into the weekend. Monday, we're doing a best of episode of GhostBox Radio. One of the segments that we're playing is from David L. Sloan talking about Robert the Doll. And we're back with a new episode on Tuesday with author Angela Artuzo. We're talking about Gothic Long Island, and that is a fantastic conversation as well. Just like this is a fantastic conversation. Very happy to have with us tonight the founder of EVP Explorations. We're having Todd Bates with us. We've been talking about EVPs. We've been playing some stuff, and Todd, I think part of the thing that is so important about these files that you have given and the stuff that we played for that on our end is simply this. It's the stories that come along with it. And I don't mean, yes, the stories of who is in the EVP possibly, but like your experience to get to that point and what the emotion that you felt, all of that is the tapestry of what this is.
Excuse me. It is. It's all encompassing, really.
Yeah.
All of the above. And it motivates. That kind of unknown, to me anyway, motivates me to keep searching. I don't give up. You're going to get false positives, folks. You're going to capture things that aren't real EVP. But it's okay. That's how you learn. Make those mistakes by all means. Don't feel bad about them. Share them, learn from them, and by all means, get back out there and try again. You have to take all of the above. You really do. There's a lot of mindset that goes into, especially an EVP session.
Yeah,
It's a focal point, really, of an investigation almost.
it is.
It's a tough gig.
And if I may add to that too, don't hang your hat on recordings. Don't hang your hat on evidence. Don't die on a sword because you really think it's something, and everybody else that you are showing, having listened to, no one is hearing it.
Mhm.
Just be open-minded. And it's tough. That's tough, especially, I've heard many of things. I've picked up many of things that I'm pretty sure this is what it is. And you have people who are just like, I'm sorry, Greg, I don't hear that. It's okay.
Yeah, you have to learn, and you do. The longer you're in this field, the tougher your skin gets.
Yeah.
It really does, because you're going to have opinions and feedback. You're going to have trolls if you're sharing it on social media. You just weed through it. You just weed through it, folks, and don't let it discourage you. Don't let it get you down, because eventually something will come, and you will know. You will just know. You will feel it in your inner core. This is legitimate. I need to share this. I want to share this, and share it. Don't hold it hostage.
Yeah.
Get it out there so others can learn from it. Absolutely. Freaking lootly. Get it out there.
Absolutely. Why don't we do another one? The one that we just did, that really was very obvious. As you had seen, people in the comments are like, yeah, I hear that. It's tough. And when you hear that one again, does it take a while for you to kind of get back out of that emotional state? Yeah,
it does. They all trigger memories. They all trigger
transport
exact locations, the sights, the smells, everything.
Yeah,
it all flows back.
It's interesting because the stuff that we're doing, the files we're collecting, it's not too dissimilar from like a butterfly collector. That they can tell you the type of butterfly, exactly where they caught it, how they caught it, what it felt like to get this one, all that stuff. And it's just like, they're not collections, they're experiences. It's different.
Yes, thank you. That's a great word. They're experiences. Each and every one of them are memories, and they live with you. You carry them with you, because when you're in the field, you're not at home with your feet propped up watching it. You're in it. You are in it, and you are absorbing everything around you. And if you don't do things properly, some of these little guys will follow you home. And you won't like that so much. You just have to, educate yourself. It's important, very important.
And I think too, something that people may not understand as well is, obviously with the last one we played, her parents are there, but to get certain responses, it really also depends on how you present yourself on these investigations as well. And it just like, we talked about it. You're not being a jerk, you're not provoking, but you also you have to, I do believe you have to come from a place of love when you go into these any investigation. Otherwise then you're just faking it, really.
That is correct. You said the key word. You're just faking it. And if you're in there faking it, like you're going to walk away empty-handed. I promise you you will, because you manifested that yourself and you just didn't realize it. Absolutely. So manifest success, manifest captures, manifest data, manifest communication. Just talk with them, folks. They're people.
Yep.
It's not hard. They're people just like you and I. They're just a little lighter. That's all. That we know of. They may be heavier. Who knows? I mean, that's the whole point of all this is we don't know. So keep trying and don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Don't let these other people, the naysayers, bring you down in this field. Rise up from it. Educate yourself.
Absolutely. We have about 5.5 left before we close up here. Where should we go next?
Well, let's see. I forget which two are left, actually, Greg.
You have. I think by my count we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one, let's see, with the hello, that's my daddy. 1 second here. Sorry about that.
No, I could tell you too if you like.
Yeah,
We got yeah.
The okay. This one, come back. If you have that one.
I do.
With that particular EVP, that one's intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And that was also at that Quaker schoolhouse. And what I learned from this one was they do see us. What we were doing, I was setting up a stationary session. We were going to just let it record for about 30 minutes and then come back. We completely left the area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we walked out. Of course, you don't hear anything until you process it later. And as we walked out, we hear this that you're going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a male voice saying, come back. And we didn't hear this until after the fact. Of course, we went back. I never heard from him again. But this was an incredible capture, and it proved a lot of things in my early years. It proved a lot of things to me that they can see us. They do know we're there.
Cool. Why don't we play that right now? All right, I'm going to do that again. Does this cut out anything through StreamYard?
No.
We're going to play it again here for you folks. Got it. I'm going to do it one more time for folks. There we are.
And, in the background, you can actually kind of hear us walking away.
Yeah.
So it was just a strange capture. Yeah, a beautiful capture. One that, again, just dumbfounded me for years, and it will.
And what you're proving here is something that a lot of investigators need to learn if they're not doing it already. Is a lot of folks feel like the moment that you get into a location, you sit down and you start the investigation is when you start your recording, and when you're done, you stop the recording. But that's not the case at all, is it?
No. So much more involved.
Right.
And oh my goodness, is there ever? There's so many I's and you dot and T's you cross in the process, and in the analysis. The analysis takes the longest.
Yeah.
You just use your time wisely.
And the what I'm trying to get to as well is that when you are walking around and you're not necessarily even doing I know people who are in the car, they're starting the recorder, they're it's always going, and there was multiple recorders, and because, correct me if I'm wrong, if someone wasn't just recording as you're all kind of doing your thing, you may have not gotten that EVP.
Correct. Yes, that's very true. And the more you have of those, the better. I want to emphasize that as well. The more recorders you have, the better. Try 2 or 3. Yes. Get compare. You may get something on a cassette that you may not get on a digital, and vice versa. Cassettes are known to capture more profound EVP than a digital recorder. You'll get more whispers in class B's and C's, but you'll have more of them. Where a cassette, you're going to sit there for about 20-25 minutes before folks, I'm telling you, you're sitting, it gets old.
It does.
Hang in there, because you do hear that in the static later on. I promise you, hang in there.
Absolutely. And it's worth it. And to your point earlier, that's why you also take the breaks, because if you start losing focus, just stand up and take a break, walk away. You will get rewarded at some point.
Yes, absolutely. Give it time.
We have time for one question, and I only am stopping a little bit earlier tonight because I want to get to a couple things real fast. But Annette says, and we're going to have you back on.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll hopefully I can get on yours. We talked about that too, because I want to play some of my Spirit Box stuff for you as well. And that says, do you get more when you walk away? She's, it's a good question.
It's a great question. And I've had several of those. And those are captured right at the beginning of the recording. And that was captured at the beginning, probably less than 2 minutes in. And I've had several that were captured that early, walking away from a stationary recording. Now that's where there's no questions. It's just a simple stationary session. And I've captured more EVP with those than I have with the question and answer session.
Absolutely. It's a great, and in my experience too, I feel like sometimes when you're not directly talking with them, they like to get involved.
Yeah. They like to make themselves known. I've learned that much over the years, that they do enjoy making themselves known somehow.
Now, real quickly, how can people find you?
Oh, it's real simple. Just go to the website, evpexplorations.com. It has all the contact information, all the social information is there, all the links. You can find us. You can watch past shows there. Everything you need is on the website. All the courses are there, free courses for everybody that wants to learn. Articles there for people that want to read and learn. Just posted one on how to clean your cassette recorder. Simple things like that, folks. It's good information there. It's all free.
Fantastic. Todd, we'll have you back on. I really appreciate it. And,
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we head out, Adam, do we have any winners tonight?
We do. Robin from Cannon Falls and Mark from Osseo. Congrats. You folks are headed off to the Renaissance Festival.
That's fantastic. Before we wrap up for this week, we cannot go any further without discussing the horrible day Minneapolis had today. With the shooting at a Catholic school. 2 children were killed, 17 injured, and this is our community. And, I just want to say before we head out that the best way to pay attention and help is stay involved in your community and help this community out as well. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family and everyone involved with this. Everyone, have a good weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday.
Hey, Minnesota, it's your favorite sexy liberal.